box, out of the box, out of the box, out of the box.
Hi, my name's Jacqueline DeMarco, and I just discovered that I'm a learner type 2. As a type 2, I perceive information abstractly and process it reflectively. I think that that's especially true for myself because I know in a classroom setting, anytime that I receive information, I try and relate it to an experience, and I think about exactly what happened and the result of what happened and how it affected me, and that's how I take in the information. So I definitely learn by just pondering the experience. I excel in traditional learning settings. So, my favorite way to learn is through stimulating lectures and or readings. I base my day on goals that I plan for the day. So I define what I want to achieve. I make a mental list throughout the day, and then I cross them off in my head. I get really excited when I achieve what I planned. I like to deal with problems through logic and analysis. I feel that that's the best way to handle any type of problem. I feel the learning type test is a very accurate representation of my personality. In my life, I need structure. I use schedules, routines, and calendars to be aware of upcoming assignments, events, birthdays, and just deadlines in general that I need to meet. Another way the learning type test relates to me as a person is that I enjoy people watching. When I go to places like the mall or the city, I look around and I observe and I take into account what I'm seeing with what I already know to form my opinions. The test revealed that I'm more of a doer than a watcher. In a classroom setting, I like to be an active participant, really get into what I'm learning. In my personal life, I like to participate in church events, community service activities, musical performances, and just know what's going on in the world. Through the learning type test, I discovered that I will need to push myself to let my creativity shine through. In addition, I found out why some classes were so appealing to me as opposed to the ones that weren't, because they didn't present the information in a way that I could most easily process it. I feel that the learning type test was a real eye-opener for me because it made me realize that I'm not the only learning type out there. When I'm in a classroom setting, I'm sometimes struggling, or I see other people struggling, and I'm just not sure why. And now I realize it's just because everybody processes information differently. I'm the type of person who won't settle for the first thing that they hear. I like to research information and gather as much knowledge as possible to ensure that I'm as well informed as I can be. I'm not satisfied until I have as many professional opinions as possible. I value discussion and debate over literature, culture, and ideologies because I feel it helps me grow as a person. I'm a very detail-oriented person. In the classroom, I take very thorough notes and I pay close attention to the topic at hand. Even in everyday life, I'm very concerned with how my wardrobe looks. You can even ask my roommate, if she's getting ready for an important event. I always pay attention to everything matches, if it looks good together. I'm concerned with details. As a teacher, it will be my first instinct to encourage students to think intellectually and to present them with as much accurate information as possible. I want them to be able to achieve their goals and reflect upon their thoughts. I believe it is crucial for teachers to be flexible, attentive, and aware that they need to teach to all 4 learning types. It is important to recognize that all students process information differently based on their individual interests, strengths, and weaknesses. Teachers need to design lectures and lesson plans with adaptability in mind. Teachers must consider how their students learn in order to be as effective as possible. Students need to be given the opportunity to reach their full potential and develop their minds using all parts of the learning cycle.